The dry grass cracked under desperate paws. A lioness, ribs showing, rushed through the savanna, not to hunt, but to protect. Behind a thorn bush, two tiny creatures trembled, a newborn bobcat, barely able to stand, and a horse fawn, weak and alone. Predators circled nearby, their eyes glowing in the dusk. If the lioness didn't act now, both little lives would be gone within minutes. But instead of seeing prey, her heart saw something else. She stepped forward, growling at the hyenas that lurked too close. The little bobcat squeaked, the fawn let out a faint cry. Against every rule of nature, the lioness lowered her head, licked their fragile bodies, and pulled them close. No one could have guessed that this single act would change the next 3 years in a way that stunned the world. At first, survival seemed impossible. The bobcat was too small to eat solid food. The horse fawn's legs shook every time it tried to stand. The lioness, with no cubs of her own, nursed them with all she had left. Nights were filled with danger, jackals sniffing near, eagles circling above, but the lioness never left their side. She fought hunger, exhaustion, and loneliness, guarding them like they were her blood. But the worst was still coming. One night, a leopard crept silently into the grass, its eyes locked on the helpless young. The lioness roared so loud the ground shook. She clashed with the leopard under the moonlight, and though her body bled with scratches, she stood victorious. The bobcat and the horse fawn huddled beneath her chest, safe again. As seasons passed, the bond grew unbreakable. The bobcat learned to climb her back, using her as a tree when danger appeared. The fawn followed her every step, copying the way she scanned the horizon. To outsiders, it looked unreal, a lioness leading a horse fawn and a bobcat through the golden grass. They were not family by blood, but by something stronger. Survival and love. Still, whispers of fate lingered. What would happen when the bobcat grew claws, when the horse fawn grew faster, when the lioness aged? Nature is never kind for long. 3 years later, the answer came. A terrible drought scorched the land. Waterholes turned to dust, herds moved away. Predators fought each other for scraps. The lioness, older now, weakened by hunger, could barely walk. She collapsed under a tree, too tired to rise. This should have been the end. But what happened next left everyone stunned. The bobcat, now strong and fearless, stood guard beside her, snarling at vultures. The horse fawn, no longer small, pressed its body against the lioness, shielding her from the burning sun. And when night fell, both animals stayed close, refusing to leave the mother who had once refused to leave them. Against all odds, they survived the drought together, because the love she gave them returned when she needed it most. In the end, this strange family proved something the wild rarely shows. True strength isn't in claws or speed, but in the bonds we protect. And even in the harshest places on earth, love can rewrite the laws of nature.